I'm Julie from Julie's Everything Treasures, and we're here doing the chair. I know, again, third time to finish it, but it will be finished today, so I didn't want to rush. I wanted to do every step, mostly so that you can see exactly what I did without doing anything else in the background, and also to make sure I do it completely every step, because a lot of it I had an idea how to do it. Hi Denise, how are you doing? But I'd never done it before, so I was doing it actually first time with you guys. So I wanted to take my time, have some fun with it, and do it step by step from what I have learned and apply it onto this chair, have some fun with it and learn some new techniques. And over the next few weeks, hopefully I can, perfect some of those techniques. Anyway, I've been having some fun with this chair. I'm liking how it's come out. And on this particular chair, I'm going to be waxing it. Now, you've seen me wax before to do an age distress kind of look. Thank you, Denise, for sprinkling. That's so nice of you. Hi, Terry, how are you doing? I've done a lot of different waxing with the antique wax, the black wax, and giving pieces of furniture an older kind of look. Hello. With this one, I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to actually wax the whole thing. So I'm going to be using some clear wax first, and then I'm going to go in with some white wax to lighten up some of the paint. I was going to add some white to this top colour, and then I thought, I'm not going to add white, I'm not going to lighten it. I'll actually put some white wax on at the end, just to lighten it a little bit and give it a little bit of depth and age to it. And then at the very end, I am going to add the antique wax. And I will go through this again as I go step by step, but I'm going to do it a little bit different. I don't want it to look old, antique. I want it to look old, like it's been painted many, many times, thrown out in the back of the farm and been in the mud and just sitting there for a while. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so I'm going to add the antique wax in a different way than what I usually do it. Yeah, me too, Denise. I've been watching lots of different YouTube different videos of the white wax and that recently, and I don't use it enough. I use a lot of the dark waxes and the antique waxes, but I don't use the white wax very often, and I actually don't use the clear wax very often either, because I usually use a poly clear coat on a piece of furniture, and then I'll just add some wax at the end just for definition. But this one's going to be completely waxed, so I better get on with it, I guess, so that I can get this finished today. So basically I have some clear wax. This is the product I'm using, but any wax you can use over chalk paint is fine. So I'm going to use a larger brush for the clear, just so I can just get it on everywhere. I'm going to literally put this clear up. I'm just going to slap it on everywhere. Hi Sheila, how are you doing? Hope everybody's good. It's Monday, so it's not my usual day to be on, but I'm just basically popped on just to get this piece finished. And I knew I was doing the live, and I'd set it all up for 4 o'clock. And then just 10 to 4, I kind of was busy doing other things because I was doing some furniture this morning. I almost forgot. So I had to quickly get everything together, the waxes, and prepare for this. So anyway, no big deal. I didn't forget you, I'm here. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just putting this white wax everywhere. And actually one step I did do before this was I just wiped down with a dry rag, just in case there was any dust from the weekend or anything that had landed on here, because I don't want that to get into my wax. So basically, I'm just slapping it on everywhere. And I don't have a good wax brush right now. I hope to get one soon, especially if I'm going to be doing a lot of this clear wax. But right now I'm just using a regular paintbrush, thicker one, chippy type one, just to get the wax off. And obviously now that I've got wax on this brush, it is hard to get it back out again. So this will have to stay as a wax brush now. And that's fine. So make sure I just get it everywhere that I painted. And I'm trying to be quick because I want to mix in the white wax and the antique wax. So you have a little bit of playtime with this, but not a lot. Just while I'm getting the clear wax on here, I'll just go around, but while I'm doing the other colours, I will move the chair around so you can see exactly what I'm doing. As I say, hopefully soon I'll be able to get a proper actually wax brush because they are easier to use for this job. Just going to go around, do the back quickly. As I say, when I apply the white or the antique, I will move the chair around so you can see exactly what I'm doing. But right now, I'm putting clear wax on, and you wouldn't see it anyway. So if you're popping off, say hello. Maybe in the comments say hello, where you're from, what you're doing. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I know I've got a few friends on right now that would be happy to answer some of your questions, and also I can check later. If I miss anybody's questions, I do go back on the comments later and answer all the questions afterwards. And if you can actually sprinkle this to any of your friends, neighbours, that would be great too. I had one of my neighbours pop by this morning with some chocolate cake. That was a great welcome this morning. Nice. I ended up having it for breakfast. I know, that's terrible, but it did need eating. They'd made a big cake and didn't want to have the whole thing to themselves, so they gave me some. Just slapping it on right now. Just to get it on there. I think I've got it everywhere. Did I miss anywhere? Did anybody notice? Yum. I'm guessing that's to the chocolate cake. Yes, it was really good. It was yum. Alright, I think that's all the the clear wax. And now I'm going to be putting on some white wax. So this is the white wax I'm going to be using. It just happens to be the one I have, and that's what I'm going to be using. And this one's a stiffer brush. Use a stiffer brush. And with this white wax, I'm going to try and basically get all this kind of the top coat colour. That's what I'm heading to try and hit. And anywhere I don't have enough, I'll put more on. And anywhere that's too much, then I will be wiping off. So I have a lint-free cloth ready. This is my light lint-free cloth. And then I use this one for my dark waxes. I don't mix them. So basically I am slapping this on in a couple of places where the top coat colour is. And then I'll go back over and just wipe it. But right now I'm just slapping it on. Everywhere basically that's got the top colour on it. Trying to put it on fairly thick just to get that good look that I'm looking for. So I'm just going to wipe some of this back a bit. Just dabbing it. I don't want to take it all off. And if I take too much off, I can always put more on. And if I feel there's too much on, I can always just pull some off. Now I'm going to try and tip this so you can see as I do it, okay? Now with the wax, you want to let it cure for a couple of days and then go back over with the lint-free cloth and give it a final buffering basically in a couple of days. And it does take quite a while for it to totally cure. And that's why generally I don't use wax everywhere, because it does take a while. Okay, I'm going to flip it again, just while I'm doing the wiping. As I say, I don't want it wiped too much. If you can see that it's lightened a little bit the colour, and anywhere there is thickness in the paint, it's gone into the lines and the grooves and given a little bit of a contrast. So I'm just going to go around the edges here, and then I'll turn it around and do the back with you. Oh, I'll do these legs first. Can you see the legs? Let's bring it up. I'm just going to turn it around and do the rest. Anybody got any questions? Thank you for sprinkling, Debbie, that's really nice. And anyone else that did sprinkle, thank you very much. I will check over and make sure I thank you personally later. I do appreciate it. As I said, I think it was Saturday. Right now, I am focused more on the back end of my business because obviously I can't sell much right now. Thank you, Denise. So I'm kind of making lots of products to sell, and I'm also spending time building up my website, my videos, my blog, and just trying to get more, basically, people interested in what I'm doing, because the more people that are interested in watching, the more I can get people to help out, and then maybe get more products to do more crafts and furniture. So the more of you interested, the more I will have more incentive to be able to do this. Try not to be in your way, and I think I keep putting my head right in your way to watch. And just do the back legs here. How's my piggy? Actually, that's one of the things I had to do this afternoon, obviously at my lunchtime. I nip back to my home and I take him for a quick walk, and then I take my dogs for a walk in the evening. And so he was enjoying it because it's nice and sunny and he loves the sun. So he went for his little walk and did the things he needed to do, and he was squealing and trotting away, literally, digging up all the grass in my yard. But he's doing good. He's about 6 months old now, and he's not an adult yet, but he's definitely mischievous. If you give him a box of wrinkled up, screwed up newspaper, he will open the box, pull all the newspaper out and shred it and shred it and shred it. He'll take him hours, it's everywhere, but it's better than him trying to get into furniture or the cupboards, because he loves going in the kitchen and trying hard to get into the pantry. One of his favourite things is to get in the pantry, and he loves the dried pasta. He always goes for that. So yep, Hampson, my piggy, is doing really good. Well, he is a lot of work, I must tell you. He is a lot of work. All right, I'm going to grab a baby wipe and just wipe off my hands the white wax, because I don't want to mix that in, because I think we're going to be ready to do the dark wax. So I'm going to flip this back around. And just check if there's any, oh, lost my rag. Check if there's any parts I just want to just go back over. That looks good. Alright, I'm going to put the lid on that one, and now we're going to get this is the antique wax that I pretty much always use. Oh, what we having for dinner? You'll have to tell us later. Speak to you soon. So with the dark wax, I'm going to find my usual small little brush, and this is where I'm going to, thank you, this is where I'm going to put it in just parts in areas that are what I want. So what I'm trying to do is make it look like it's been outdoors. So these under here will get some dark wax, as though it's had some kind of mud, wetness, dampness growing under here, and also under here. And one of the main things which I'm going to try and do first, if I can show you, is somehow, is on this, I'm going to be doing, try and get it a little bit of an angle. Let's see, can you see there? Let me put it back a little bit, because I want to try and show you exactly what I'm doing here. Can you see that? I want you to be able to see this part. So what I want to do is around the basic bottom of each of the legs, I want to put a thick, all the way around, amount of the dark antique wax. And then I'm just going to use my fingers, you know me, I use my fingers a lot. I'm just going to pull it up the leg with my fingers, just so it's kind of spotted up, randomly up the leg. And then, as I say, I want this to be thick, so I'm going round again and doing the same thing. So this looks like it's been stood in the mud and basically is going up. The dampness, the mud and everything else is going up the leg. So that's what I'm trying to achieve there. And I'm going to do this leg too. Well, I'm doing all four. So I want it pretty thick. I'm going to get it all over my fingers, but I just want it to make it look like basically this mud is going up the legs. And then just go around again, because I want it really thick on the bottom here, and pull up a little bit. Now also, while I've got this angle, I want to put some under here. And again, with my fingers, I'm just basically bringing it up, around. Not all the way, just a little bit so you see it a little. And then I'm going to do the same under here. I'm going to do a thick layer under this rim of the chair of the dark antique. And then I'm just going to bring it up with my finger, just around. Got a little too much on this side, so I can wipe some away, but basically with my finger I'm bringing it up. I also find that you get dampness and all kinds of things up here. So this, I'm just going to pull it a little bit down. Do you see what I'm trying to do here? So basically on this part, I'm going to put a little bit thick, but a little bit along the edge. And then with my fingers, I want to bring it over the edge. Just so it looks like damp, mud, moss, all sorts has pretty much got into this chair. And then put it around the edge here, and again, same thing. Just around the edges. And then, as I said, up here, I'm going to be putting it up to around that part, but under here, quite thickly. And with my fingers, I'm going to wrap it around both sides, bringing it up, making it look muddy. And as I said, it's just going to be areas that you think, oh, that's dirty, it's muddy, it's been outside, I need to wipe that, but you realise it's actually just basically a wax effect. Maybe put a little bit down here and just bring it around. Bring it down. I've got it everywhere, but that's okay. I can clean up later. And then also just a little tiny bit around these little rungs here, the back, just a little bit around the bottom. And you see that I'm just doing basically around the bottom of each one, and then I'm just going to bring it up and bring it out. Bring it up with my fingers and bring it out. You don't want it too perfect, you want it random. That's the whole point. So I'm going to put quite a bit around here. And again with my fingers, just pull it up and out. And let's do the sides.